All right, so what we're going to do for today's town hall, actually sikit je, 2-3 benda je, only 2 or 3 things. First of all, I'd like to address the questions given by our fellow students. So far ada 2 je pun. So insyaAllah it's done. Okay, so let's go straight to the question lah. Brother Muhammad, you're here, right? Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum, madam. Yes.
Ya. Ni pun my student juga.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question. Bagus you tanya tu because in a way it also makes me learn lah of the things that I need to monitor keep track juga. Sebab pun baru kan, cannot use the word baru lah. I've been holding this for almost 3 months since August. Dah 3 bulan dah, so I should be getting to know the things. Okay, regarding star points. Okay, Brother Ahmad Muhammad has raised a valid concern because he's saying that an activity he took part in 2-3 SEMs ago macam tak credit lagi in the system. So like he's wondering what happened, why is it a bit slow. But then there are some program that he entered macam more recent compared to the one that is not credited, it has been credited. So he's wondering like what's up lah. And so basically he's suggesting, I like the part that students suggest, it's nice. This is what I'd like to encourage and educate fellow students lah. I mean, you can voice concerns and complaints, well, boleh, tak ada masalah, but at the same time also share your suggestions. So Brother Muhammad has suggested very nicely to try lah, possible to expedite the process so that if like lagi cepat that star point to recognize, so students macam excited, oh dah dapat star point, so that student will be more interested lah to join in future programs. Okay, that's a very good suggestion. So I've actually tried to like look at the process as how to go, you know, how is the existing process, Ms. Rania. So and things I think I know about it, but I just confirmed it because as you may or may not know, the Student Affairs Office, or now known as student development. Okay, student affairs kan, that's what we're dealing with. Now, we're not only dealing with student affairs, we're also dealing with student development programs and community engagement. So bertambah kan the kind of job scope and things we do. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, in my office, there's actually just 2 of us, which is me and Sister Fiza. So Sister Fiza, for me personally, she is the orang kuat lah of the kuliah. Of the office, because like people like me, I'm only going to hold office for the next 2 years. At the end of 2033, when you know it's my time to go, another academic staff will take over and become the next deputy dean. But inshallah, Sister Fiza will remain. So the process is this: whenever students email me or something about their concerns or whatever, yes, of course, I'm the one who's going to be deliberating to decide to pass it, to approve it, to reject it, and I read the proposal and all that, and I'll be signing. But at the same time, it's always, if you notice, it's always CC to Sister Fiza. So she would have to do the filing and all that. So at the same time, about this star, now going back to the star points process ni, whenever you guys key in kan, or hantar nama or something, right? So the person who's going to be keying in all the star points is Sister Fiza juga. So so yeah, I had a discussion with her. Oh ya ke juga. So I was wondering, should I be helping out? And she said, boleh kot, takut because the system tu she's orang pegang. Right, the system, it's a system whereby most the office secretaries be having access to the system. So she has the username and the password. So she can't really share her username password to me for me to help her key in. And she mentioned that I should be focusing on, you know, other things, which yeah, there are actually quite a lot on my plate as well. So then we deliberated, and she admitted, okay, she does. She said that she'll improve, and of course, sometimes because, for instance, tahun ni je 2021, there are 69 programs, and 69 programs, we have hundreds of students, and takut when you give it to her, takut terlepas pandang. This is her quote unquote that, you know, she tries her best, and this thing very rarely happens pun. So her advice, and also my advice to all students, whenever you submit your names ke apa, of course we hope, and she does try her best. Hold on, ya Allah, nama I tak tukar lagi. Yeah. Right. So Brother Muhammad, because when I asked her about your program, she doesn't remember, cannot recall kan. So can you please email her? Email Sister Fiza, nurfiza@iium.edu.my. And this actually applies to all students. Since this is recorded, maybe I can share with everyone. If let's say you have submitted your programs and you give it like a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks for it to appear, that star point. If it does not, then please do email Sister Fiza. You want to CC to me also can, but the thing is the person, you know, keying in is Sister Fiza. Okay, so get in touch with her and she will check and she will do it immediately. So I guess sometimes these things, like last time, we can face to face. So student can easily walk into the kuliah kan, just knock on the door and ask directly. Now everyone's mostly at home. So susah lah kan, sometimes you have to email lah, that's the only way now. But insyaAllah, thank you for raising the issue, Brother Ahmad Muhammad. So we will try to improve. Like I'm still learning on the job. Things which I'm not aware of, Sister Fiza will remind me and ingatkan I what to do. And then there's so many documentations. These things also I'm learning. When you join admin, like almost every day, kerja you menyain je. You sign a lot of documents. You have to approve so many documents, and then you nak baca juga. I mean, of course, obviously you need to read the things you sign. So sometimes I do wonder how can I do other work, like my classes and all that. So yeah, half the job is literally admin work, signing and meeting and stuff. But I'm learning, hopefully to get better in time. So if there's any concern related to star points, if you have similar concerns just like Brother Muhammad, like if your star point doesn't come out, doesn't show, don't worry, just contact me or preferably contact both me and Sister Fiza and we will check. Kenapa nama you tak appear lagi? Alright? Okay, so is that okay, Brother Ahmad Muhammad? Brother?
Yes, thank you, madam, for the clarification.
Email tau. I email her sebab like, I don't know what program we're talking about. So I think she'll be able to check. Alright, so I do have another query because there are only 2 students submitted the form. But the second query is about academics, but the sister did not write her problem. Are you here, sister? Sekejap let me check. So I baru check tadi, so I tak hafal nama. 1 minute, you hantar quite early, right? You submitted quite early, so I had a chance to read and digest the question. Okay. But sister ni, you're asking a question regarding academics. But yeah, of course, the academic questions are answered by Dr. Noraini lah. But still, if you share with me, perhaps I can, relate to her. But since you didn't write the question, so I'm actually not quite sure how to go about it. But I hope you are here. Let me check balik. Hold on, Okay, yeah. So, okay, this is kind of new because yeah, our town hall it's new. So it may take a while for me. Sister Akilah Arifin, dia ada tulis tak? Dah tak ada. Memang tak ada. But she did put here. Tak ada Oh, tak ada tulis. Okay. Anyway, maybe she changed her mind. She typed halfway and then ya ke, tak apalah. So but then anyway, since it's recorded again, if you have any concerns regarding academic matters, it's okay. You just type it there lah. That's the point of the form. You type it there, share your concerns, and if you submit your questions early enough, then I'll be able to discuss it with Dr. Noraini, which is our Deputy Dean for Academics and Industrialization. But there are some things which I'm aware of, so maybe I can also help her to answer you guys. So certain things I'm kind of aware, okay, this is what she does and this is what I do. Okay, so far to the 2 questions being asked, star points and on academic matters, which I'm not sure what's the question. Okay, but anyway, since we have a bit of time here, I just like to share with all of you. We can share it with fellow students or whichever about the issue of who to contact. I noticed this actually when I started the job lah. But when I started in August, it was still 3rd sem. So there weren't many students, only those students who are in the 3rd semester. So obviously the emails are not that much, not that many. And then when the new semester starts about 3 weeks ago, then we start to see the emails coming in, which is fine, totally fine. But what I like to address here is the things that students ask me aren't something that I can answer. So I think it's important for me to raise this awareness for all students out there. If you have any concerns, preferably do know who is the person for you to contact. The reason because if you contact to the wrong person, it will just be a bit later lah for you to get your answer. Because if you ask me something related to your study plan or your courses, then I would need to forward your email to the right person. Itu pun if the right person sees it in that 2-3 minutes. If not, it might be take an hour. And then that person, if that person can answer you, they'll go back to you. Or it might be to another person because I don't know related to academic matters. Get what I mean? So if you want your answers to be addressed quite swiftly or promptly as best as we can, preferably email the right person. Okay, maybe I should share now. I was actually planning to have a presentation, but I didn't have the time to have a presentation slide. So I just share je lah, share the names. Okay, like this. If you have issues with study plan, or final students, you have issues regarding graduation requirement, graduation audit, apa-apa lah regarding study plan. That's the key. The study plan and courses. The person, the PIC that you should email is Sister Fazlina. Okay, Fazlina tu. Her email apa? Alamak, put hafal. Tapi I think is abfazlina@iim.edu.my. If not, you Google lah. Pergi type Fazlina, KNMS, you'll find her email. That is the person. Okay, she's the one in charge of study plan and graduation requirements, right? So normally she's very popular among new students and final year students. Right? The end to memang very popular lah for her. She always be the person to contact. If you have issues regarding registration of courses, class registration kan, and normally this is very hot topic in the first few weeks of the semester lah. Registration, classes tak ada, courses full, whatever registration matter, is Brother Shahril at iim.edu.my. Okay, he is the person for you to contact regarding registration of courses. So imagine if you contact Sister Fazlina on registration, she will not be able to do it for you. I mean, she can forward your email lah to Brother Shahril, but that will take another round of waiting. Okay. All right, another third. Okay, so tadi apa? Study plan, graduation, registration. Okay, the third aspect of academics. If you have any issues concerning examination, I don't know, sometimes the examination got clash ke, kan? Sometimes that you have same time, same place, whatever, same place, not online. But anyway, if it's clash, whatever lah, or you've got issues, you cannot take the exam, whatever lah related to examination, it's Sister Susanna. That's the person, the go-to person, Susanna@iim.edu.my. Yeah, so these are the three top academic unit people that you should know. And most importantly, this one is also, it's actually a soft skill, or I would have thought this thing is a bit like common sense, but I don't blame students for not knowing this. It's like etiquette of emailing. Whenever you email those PIC, always CC to the deputy dean involved for that thing. So for instance, you had the issue about study plan kan? So you email Sister Fazlina, AB Fazlina semua tu, and CC, you know the CC, there's a button there, CC tu, you click on CC, you type Dr. Noraini's email. I think it's noraini@iim.edu.my. That's how it is. But the thing is, your email will be going to Sister Fazlina, but at the same time, the Deputy Dean of Academics will be able to read your concerns as well. So it becomes like a two-layered thing lah. So maybe in future she can ask Sister Fazlina, have you attended this brother or this sister's concern? You know, they remind each other. And the thing is, when Sister Fazlina reply to you, normally what we do is we press reply all, meaning you will get the email, the deputy D will get the email. You know what I mean? So it feels like sort of cross-check and balance thing like, okay, so you've done it, someone has seen it and all that. So it's not necessarily the deputy will do anything about it because she's just overseeing the whole thing. Okay. Likewise, if you have issue regarding course registration kan, you're emailing Brother Shahril, right? CC to the Deputy Dean of Academics and Industrialization, which is Dr. Noraini, same thing. Now that is all academic matters. Now let's go on to student matters. That's my office. Okay, what is involved in student matters? Dah lalang tu, let me share the screen. This one I'm prepared. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is our class, the ODD SDCE website, as some of you may know. If tak tahu, at least now you know lah. All right. So this part here, inquiries ni. So if students have any issues, okay, this is basically what my office is responsible for. Things related to welfare, things related to food assistance. Sekarang tengah on hold lah because we're still processing returning to campus. We're still processing new students going here and there. So yeah, but we will continue with this. We are things concerning student development programs. But okay, of course, these programs very much related to MSES lah. See, I dah share juga punya website sini. So the thing is, memang without MSES, tak adalah program ya. My office betul. I'm being honest, totally. And I think all deputy deans of student affairs acknowledge this. Okay, without all of the programs that you guys do, without the programs that all of the societies, committees and subcoms buat, there will be no 69 programs this year too. I've checked your almanac. Almanac is like a list of all of the programs for the year. This year 2021 ada 69. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for MCS and their subcommittees and all their members. Will comes about close to 100 lah kan total semua. They are the one who actually do these programs. But anyway, with these programs, but still, whatever the programs, the proposals, it still goes to my office. So inshallah, I will know about the program juga lah. I'll be reading the proposals and stuff. And then of course, other student activities, including competition. And this competition, it depends. It could be competitions organized by MSAS in collaboration with other parties. Or this is also I would like to inform. If let's say you are aware there is a contest somewhere, regular student doesn't necessarily have to be MSAS members. If you're aware there's a competition for university students and you want to take part, or you think that this competition might be great for other students in my faculty, you contact me and tell me, madam, there's a competition, this, you tell me about it, then I will publicize it and we will promote it. And of course, we will support you into joining it lah. Because sometimes there's so many competitions, so many opportunities out there kan. Sometimes I takut I pun overlook on those opportunities. So please do share. Then I can also inform MSAS if the person contacting me is not MSAS member. I can inform MSAS and yeah, we can share with our students. Not a problem at all. Okay. We're also involved or in charge of leave of absence. So whoever students having issues that cannot be avoided, you have two types of leave of absence lah. One is either leave of absence for 2 weeks, and 2 minggu je, temporary, okay? Or the other one is leave of absence for the whole semester. There are two types here. So anyway, I think there's a condition of it. So just click on the download form, you can fill it up. And whenever you, besides that, hold on to that, there's also this form for attendance letter. This is especially for our international brothers and sisters, if they need verification on their attendance for their visa application. This is the form that they need to download. And of course, there are also the rare cases, but it's happening quite often nowadays, is readmission cases. So these are the 3 popular forms that we deal with. Now, once you download this form, what do? Just telling you, once you download these forms, the person to email is my best friend here, or the important people, the important person in my office. This is Sister Fiza, if you don't know who she is. Okay, Sister Nofizani, this is her email, very important email. Everything, all the forms, everything related to student affairs matter, you email her. And don't forget, CC to me. Same thing. Email to the person in charge of the clerical administrative work, because they are the one in the fact keeping all the records. So in case you say, oh, I already emailed you the other day. Okay. All right. So obviously we'll check our record lah. Email ke siapa? Okay. So this, okay, you email Sister Fiza, CC to me. Or fine, some students like to email me directly. Not a problem. Email me, but CC to Sister Fiza. So that whenever I reply you, I'll reply all. Sister Fiza will also know, or she's updated with your issues and whatnot. Because now for the past few weeks, especially when the new students come in, the new semester starts, I see there's this trend. I mean, it's becoming more regular, where sometimes the same students will email me their problem, telling me, so me alone. Okay, I read the problem, and then obviously the first thing I do normally, before I always reply, before I reply, I don't reply directly first. I will musyawarah first. I will of course ask Sister Fiza, are you aware of this case? And she'll be saying, oh yeah, I've already advised the student what to do. So I pelik. So what is the point of you, anyone, emailing me of the exact same thing when you have already been advised by my office secretary? Like, were you expecting a different response? Like you're expecting some things will be faster? It doesn't work that way. So I could reply and say, okay, whatever lah. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that's being advised to you by my office secretary, or by any office secretaries for that matter, is the standard procedure, is the SOP, is the way it goes lah. So we are just basically the face of the office. Again, as I mentioned to you before, I'm just going to be the deputy dean for 2 years. Lepas ni, there'll be other people taking over. So we will follow the same procedures as well, inshallah lah, if it's a general case, unless it's a unique case whereby I will check out what to do. So yeah, there's really no need for you to email 2 or 3 people separately, and you know, it's just, I don't see how it can be efficient. Another thing that's a bit dangerous is if you email too many people. Okay, I had this case juga a few times, about 3 or 4 times juga. A student has a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. But email like everyone under the sun. Me, Dr. Nuraini, the dean, the deputy rector, everyone. 3 rector je lah, dia tak email lagi. Itu pun I think because they don't know the email. But I guess if can email everyone under the sun, they'll email that. Now, why is that a problem? For me, not a problem. Okay, the problem is when you email to all these people and there is like someone at the highest authority, for instance, the rector. All of us at the bottom akan diam je. We keep quiet lah. We wait lah for the rector to respond because that is the most top person that you tagged, right? Tag pula. Itu social media. Email, right? So because we wait for them lah to respond. And normally they'll be too busy sometimes to read the emails because who take care of their emails, who representative is their secretary. Thing is, you emailed them, you didn't email their secretary. So it might be your query too will be unanswered. Because the rest of us, we don't know, should we answer? Especially if it has nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with student affairs. It has something to do with something else lah. Should I be answering? And answer apa? Like, okay, but then if I answer, should I like reply to all? So most of the time, and then we are bombarded with our own work, our own tasks. Get what I mean? So this is why it's very important as to who to contact, the right person to contact, make it specific, direct. Yeah, so you don't really need to tag everyone, and so hoping everyone will reply to you, whichever that doesn't work that way lah. Unfortunately, you may think that sounds ridiculous or whatever, but I guess once you are in that position, admin doing work, then you understand. Okay, even now I guess those of our fellow brothers and sisters in MSES they pun penat I'm sure you're getting a lot of emails going to MSES, especially from Madam ni sikit-sikit forward things to MSES. Madam lagi MSES, but then the thing is they understood we have this relationship. Okay, we have this sort of relationship. Anything like pertandingan ke, promotion ke, if they forward to me in WhatsApp, then I will just WhatsApp the MSES main boards. Okay, but if it's an email, then I will share and forward to MSES. And of course, MSES will not keep it to themselves. They will normally share it with their subcommittees or to the students, because I'm sure every batch has their own group lah, whichever. Yeah, it's normally how news travel, or opportunities is being shared to the students. All right. So anyway, this is again back to what does my office do is related to these things. Generally, student welfare, student development programs, competitions, leave of absence, attendance letter for a visa application and readmission. Now, there's a new additional, this has been going on for the last 1 year, this community engagement program. Just click on it. Ni pun quite new, and I think I should be promoting this as well, since it's a part of my name. Student development and community engagement. Pelik lah if I don't actually do something about it. So here, this part here, what is basic is community engagement. It's just activities that literally you engage lah with the community. Now, you can actually take part in any community engagement. It doesn't really have to go through kuliah pun. Because I do know some of our students are very, very active, right? On your own merit, on your own effort, you're active in your own maybe kampung or your taman perumahan or yourself. Either through MSES, or if maybe they're not even MSES members, it's fine, totally fine. But the thing is, if you want those programs to be credited, now back to the start point that Brother Mohammed talked about, okay, I know it sounds a bit weird, I'm doing this for community, for amal, I'm doing this for pahala, yeah, great and all that, great, but you also want it to appear juga kan, kat CV, those things. This is reality, okay guys. So you do all this work, if you want it to be credited, it appears in your transcript, whatnot, you have to tell me. Because if you don't tell me, I don't know, then I don't know who you are. If I don't know who you are, and I don't know the community engagement programs you're involved in, how can we acknowledge and give you credit? Faham? So it's very important for you to inform my office. How to inform me? Again, email me, CC to Sister Fiza, or the other way around. Email Sister Fiza, CC to me. Okay, and preferably, this is where it's quite important for a certain program to be credited or star point tu, normally it has to go through MSS kan, betul tak? Zahid, Zulaika and Rafiq, betul kan? Kalau nak ada star point, it has to be like verified program lah by the okay, ya betul betul.
Yeah, program under MSS.
Betul, itulah that's the reason. So some students say, why must it be, should I be only joining programs under the student body? The answer is yes, if you want it to be credited. If you want to get your star points, yes, it has to be all the programs by MSS. So that's why we really encourage you join MSS. Okay, subcom banyak kot. They're always recruiting. Dulu when it's like face to face kan, every time I walk to the canteen tu ada je lah. Lelong, join this program. Kind of reminds me when I was a student. Alah tu masuk my program. Those things. But yeah, it's very nice to join this thing. Anyway, the point is you have to join programs that's being organized or co-organized by MSS, which is your student body. Okay, for the kuliah. Then you get that points or star points. Okay, right. So here, what I'm sharing here is, of course, you join those programs that's considered activities like competitions, activities, student development programs and all that. But when you talk about these community engagement programs, these are the opportunities for our students or for you guys, KENMS students. These are the 5 programs, kind of the community engagement programs that's either headed by our lecturers or co-headed by KENMS lecturers. That's why I promote them here. These are the Sejahtera YSM, Kitchen, Tactic, OKU for you, and CIE CIMB or iTakjir. Okay, so kat bawah ni, if you click on it, you'll be brought to their websites. You can check out their promotional videos and what kind of activities they do and how you can get involved. Okay, because when you, here I think I put here their forms to register, their contact persons. The thing is, when you register and you contact them, then you are registered. For instance, like Tactic, as students, you can join, maybe contact this Tactic and offer to be Tactic Junior. So you will be a part of their program lah. And I tell you, whatever program you're involved in, any one of these organization programs lah, okay, or these flagships, then you will be not only getting star point, tu satu hal lah, but you also be involved in community engagement, which is acknowledged and recognized by the university. Okay, there may be some questions asking, should we only focus on these 5 programs? No, of course not. If you Google flagship IIUM, there are literally a lot of flagships throughout the university from other kuliahs. If you feel that you want to join those flagships, go ahead. But then I guess you will be going through the admin for those kuliah lah. Okay, just not through me. Here is if you're involved in flagships that's related to our kuliah, then I'm aware of them lah. Okay, all right. So I hope that's clear regarding community engagement. I think that's it, guys. Yeah, because that's the only thing I wanted to talk about at the start point. Who to contact, penting tu, and the website, forms, students tahu ni lah hari ni. Okay, so yes, the first one nanti I'll strike this out. Okay, ni nampak ni, this is what I mean. Ada dah meeting ID and semua, but it's just not clickable lah. Macam tak best lah kan, it's just easy if you click on it terus masuk. But I've tried putting the click thing, that it just doesn't look nice, panjang jela tu. Maybe I'll figure out what to do, make it shorter. Okay, stop sharing. Kak Fiza, Assalamualaikum, senyap je. Kak Fiza, orang penting ni. Is she there? Dia buat kerja ni. Tengok, see, even in her busyness, in spirit, she teman I juga. Until I mistake dia. Yeah, so anyway, this is Sister Fiza. Lalu teman I. Do you guys have any other questions? It's 12:38 already, my clock ni. Okay, do you have any questions that if I can help you, if I can answer and try to answer, I'll try lah. If not, I will try and relay it to the right person.
Doctor, I want to ask something.
Yes.
Okay. In your opinion, what can we truly promote to the student to join our program as in getting star point? Because some students think that is useless to get star point because GPA is matter like that lah.
Oh,
Mm.
oh, how
Because
to
some
encourage.
some people don't want to join in the name of staff point. Some of them think that it is useless because it's not even a requirement to get a lot of staff point, right? To graduate.
Yeah, betul-betul. That's the thing. Having been a student before juga, an old student lah back then and whatnot, I used to think that as well. But the thing is, it actually depends. Of course, it's true. It depends on what is the intention of the student. For some students, they don't really need. Okay, I'm talking. Let's go back a bit. Go stand balik to high school, eh? Boleh ya, Fahimah? Okay, remember in high school, your teacher, guru, nasihat. Yeah, the high school, the teacher will always encourage you all to be active, right? In co-curriculum, join lah, pengakap lah, brownies lah, whichever. And they'll always encourage you to wakil sekolah, represent the school. Okay, remember those good old days? And do that. And then the reason why, because then the teacher will say, it will look good lah. Then you get, nowadays it's called a PAJSK score. My kids will tell me that there's teachers who are encouraging them to wakil sekolah lah, be active basically. And now I think it's even stricter. Maybe it started with your time. It's stricter. Every student wajib, they have to have at least one uniform kind of body. And then they have to have one sport, one club. So wajib tu. At least my time last time we can choose. We can pick and choose at least one. So the main reason why in school the teachers obviously encourage you to be active in this co-curriculum is for your benefit when you want to apply for scholarship to go to the next level. Because life doesn't end with SPM. Too much chagrin of high schoolers. Many people think, oh, SPM is my ultimate goal. Tak ada. SPM is the start of your the next many few years of your studies. So SPM, after SPM kan you go to college, university and all that. For those who can afford to, okay, if their families can afford to, like they can, orang kata farmer, parents pay off. For these students, okay, I'll be honest with you. Let's be honest. For those students, they don't have to be active in sports if they don't want to, because they can go into these universities, any university that they want to, because they've got the main driving vehicle, which is money. At the end of the day, that is actually the deciding power. Sadly to say, who learns economics here? Rafiq, belajar economics. What is economics? Dismal science. Itulah dia realitinya. You've got the money, you can go anywhere. Okay, but the thing is, do all of us have money? Do all students have the luxury to go to any university that they want? No, most of us belong to the majority, which includes me. So we need to fight for that scholarship. We need to fight for that sponsorship. We need to apply. And the thing is, everyone is smart, guys. Like you got 8 A's, so I got 8 A's, he got 8 A's, that person got 10 A's, everyone, all of us get A's. So what sets you apart from the others? So that's what the teacher will tell you, that's the point. That's why you have to be active in co-curricular activities to make you more well-rounded. So when you apply for scholarship, and obviously the person will be talking about, and nowadays, since everyone is so smart, most of the time in interview question scholarship, they don't really focus on your knowledge though, because they know you're smart. They'll be talking about other things. Oh, you wrote here that you actually volunteered for Rohingya community. They'll be talking about your activities too. Those will gonna make you stand out in these applications, and most often than not, you will win scholarships because of these things. Now let's fast track back to university now. So Fahimah was asking how to encourage students to be active or to take part in all these programs, because many students think CGPA je penting. Now the same logic applies juga, unfortunately, guys. The thing is, we can't force students to take part. And if you are with me here, you know you cannot force fellow students to join and be active, especially if they can afford to. Okay, let's be honest here. The imbalanced way of some families, there are those belonging to rich families, whatever. If their families can afford it, they can straight away join any companies. In fact, if their families own companies, they are secured with a job already. They don't have to apply. They have to show they're active. They don't have to show that they run 1 kilometer, whatever, whatever. They already have a job. Okay, but now let's target those who aren't those people. Okay, of course, we cannot be angry like these people who are fortunate, they are privileged too, that's their rizki lah. Now our focus now is not on them then, it's on the rest of us who may need to fight to show that we're active to get a space, a place in the job market. So obviously now even when you go for interview, again, everyone is great CGPA. And for some companies now, not some, many companies now, they don't just look at CGPA pun. Betul. If you get, okay, the decent CGPA is like 3.2, 3.5, that is decent. In fact, some can be accepted even with 2.8. accepted. Because why? Companies look at other things. Ini betul. Companies look at other things. They don't just look at CGPA. This is my own personal experience. I've been helping someone close to me, just going through interview. You know, beratus, hundreds of applicants ni CGPA macam cantik. But then, of course, they look also at other things like peripherals, the activities, the volunteer work, the skills, all these things look at. In the end, it's something they choose the one with the 3.0 CGPA, but they can speak well and basically they have experience in some stuff that these other people don't have. So that is your angle there, guys. Okay, Fahima, like your angle would be, you can say that, fine, CGPA is great and all, but there are other things that companies look at as well. They just look at CGPA, just like scholarship givers, because when you are in high school, you're trying to appease scholarship providers. When you're at university, you're trying to appease your future employers. They look at other things as well, not just CGPA, not just your SPM scores. Okay, there are other things, because if you talk about CGPA, everyone scores now. I mean, relatively speaking lah, semua orang boleh score if you can. But when the CGPA is important when they want to filter lah who to, you know, shortlist lah. Obviously, your CGPA to have to be beautiful lah, decent. Can to filter, yes, CGPA. But when they call you, you have to win them over with their personality, the way you talk, your English, your demeanor, how you bring yourself, and obviously your other soft skills and things to talk about lah. So how? So it's now students might be asking me, so how do we improve our soft skills? How do I improve my communication skill? Fahima, use this angle. Join lah society. You join society, join all of these activities, you'll be talking. Tengok Zahid. Ingat Zahid dulu confident macam ni ke? When he first started lah, Zahid. Maybe diam je. Okay. Rafiq pun maybe like even you Fahima, when you first started low, like mesti there's a bit of timid kan, like a bit shy, but then you join society, so like it or not, you are forced to speak, right? You're forced to like communicate, you're forced to be in charge of programs kan, tiba-tiba je you're in charge of a program. So when you're in charge of a program, you actually find the experience to organize things, to contact sponsor lah, to do this, then you feel the reality. Nak contact sponsor, to be rejected, you email all these people, they all blue tick you je, kena ghosting je. That's so you find it how difficult it is actually to communicate with outsiders, to get relationship and all that. So that is all part of soft skills, to communicate with others, to organize, to talk. Benda macam tu lah. So yeah, so if students asking, now when you go to interview, they don't just look at our grades, they look at other things. Benda other things ni lah that you try to polish by joining activities. Boleh tak Fahima? Have I answered your question? Banyak lepas cakap. Sorry.
Yes, true.
Itulah. You all tak boleh bagi I mic ni. Ni tak ada mic ni. If you bagi I mic, tak boleh cakap. Okay, I will like talk and talk. Karaoke sama. You bagilah I mic tu. Well, I'll be there. So itulah dia. You have to cut me. Okay, ada chat lah. Apa ni? Is there a question? Oh, baik. Betul. Yes. Betul. Itu je. But and of course, what else? Besides that, the soft skills thing, maybe another angle to encourage them is to make new friends. What if like they left their hometown, all their best friends don't join UIA, they're the only ones here. So this is the best time to make new friends. Of course, they can make their friends with their mahalah lah kan, satu dorm tu. Yeah, sure. Because that one is by default lah. Your gang would be the same people you eat with and sleep with. But sometimes tak sekepala, not same gang. Eventually, over time, over the few months, you will find that your gang is in your class or in other things, in clubs. That's when you meet your best friends. That's mesti your best friends is the same people that duduk in your Nusaibah ke, Sumanya ke kan. That's what I mean. Okay, so you will learn this. Especially for those who have never lived kat asrama. We have students who from day school, they don't have the experience living in boarding school. So they might find it weird living with this group of people. Yeah, that's how you make new friends. What's the word? Networking, penting tu. Believe it or not, even at my age now, like if you want to get business ke apa, this kau mana dulu? Boleh. My age dah tua dia kot, but still asking which university. Okay, university lah, not school lah. But school lah. Some schools their alumni tu, the old boy school, old boy society, old boy ke old girl ke, very strong tau, especially if they're SBP, MRSM, oh lagi lah. If they hear you are from their school, memang gang lah you. And I know it's not fair and stuff, but these are reality. these things happen. So join lah. Okay, tak cukup tak promotional video. Join lah student society. Okay Pak Imam boleh Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you, Doctor, for your response.
Okay. You all berapa lama lagi nak pegang? Lama lagi kan? You're going to stay with me for a while, right? You're not going to leave MCS.
By the end of this year kot.
Allah dah Oktober, lagi 2 bulan. I just got to know you all. Macam mana ni? You want to leave me already?
But we will have an election by December lah.
December.
Okay, nantilah inform. Itulah kena promote lah ni. Because if there's no new nomination, you all sambung Muka kena sama. Nangis So you gotta get people. Okay. Alright lah kot. I think that's it. Our first town hall, simple je lah. I think I've shared what I needed to share. So feel free to inform the others to join us next month. Now I can only afford to have a town hall once a month je lah dulu. Okay, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully more students will join us in future. Okay, so thank you again, guys. I wish you all the best. Have a great weekend. Assalamualaikum. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.